Hey YouTube, this is Prometheus, guys, giving you a more than meta, but actually this is going to be a meta breakdown. I actually jumped into a defense that's been becoming very popular online by pro players. It's the dollar defense, overload 3 seam, and it's got a gap blitz that's very hard to defend. So I jumped online and I figured I'd test it out just to see how well it worked, and it really didn't work out as great as I wanted to, but it actually taught me in the first game that I have to have certain type of adjustments. The opponent I was going against, it was very surprising. The guy played really good plays, and then he would just have like a bonehead play. But for the most part, he made pretty good decisions, and he had me on my heels for the most part in defense. I do want to give a shout out to the following people that made comments. I had the reason 1249. He was talking about an old post that I showed. It was basically using the bear defense, and he said he was down 33-8 and started using this defense and literally was starting just to put massive pressure against the guy, and he was able to come back and win a game. Another comment from at the user MP6 alphabet there. He's talking about one of the playbooks that I recently broke down into the spread playbook, and it's got kind of a glitchy play. And then another comment here from Joe Adams. Always great content. So, guys, I really appreciate the comments and stuff like that. I did notice that from a subscriber standpoint, over half you guys that watch my videos on a regular basis actually are not subscribers. If you could do me a solid, man, hit the subscribe button. I'm not inundating you guys with a lot of bad crap. I try to cherry pick the stuff that I actually show on my channel that at least can provide you some value and unique stuff that's out there. So there's other YouTube channels out there that I like, but they show the same stuff over and over again, so I'm not going to inundate you with a bunch of crappy stuff. So let's go into this video. I'm going to show you basically a breakdown of how I was running this defense and some adjustments and stuff like that I learned from it. I was using the multiple defense as my defense and offense. I've got a spread playbook that I'm actually building in a scheme for my patrons, and you guys will see some offensive tips from that in the near future. So using the Dolphins, my opponent was obviously using the Chiefs, and one of the problems with the Chiefs is that the Chiefs got really good quarterback, and Mahomes, he can throw a crossbody down the field and throw dots everywhere, and the team's got a lot of speed, as you can see right here, where Hardman's able to go ahead and get the ball past the 50 and down to the 40 practically against me. Previously, he actually went ahead and got himself a safety because he took his kick returner and jumped in there, and I was able to go and get him in the end zone, going up 10-0. But this is the first time I actually played this guy deep into the first quarter. Defensively. Now, I didn't set up the right defense, so I just jump into a cover 4. He's doing a pistol bunch formation, and this is just a standard quick snap play. He finds the dragger underneath and gets a nice little 9-yard gainer. The problem with that is that if you do hard flats, the guys will actually come over, and usually a lot of times they'll throw over the top of you. Now I set the defense up right here. He actually has a nice little off tackle run. You get the ball to another first down, and I think what he was doing a lot of no huddle. So I jump into cover 4, and I actually jump into a man blitz and do deep thirds. Hits me right there in the seam and actually gets the ball in the end zone. So 3 quick plays with this defense. I get myself in a situation. I march the ball down on the previous possession. He actually hits me off on the backside and actually causes a fumble. And now I'm playing defense up essentially, by three points, and he has the opportunity to go ahead and get me. So the base play, a call out of the huddle, is going to be the overload 3, and basically what you're trying to do is you're trying to get an A-gap blitz. So what happens is with this particular play, you've got these defenders that are actually coming down, and they're basically taking these offensive linemen and out, causing a big hole right here. And because this guy's a delayed blitz, he'll actually come in, do this. Now, typically what you want to do is that you want to try to match up this blitzing guy on the running back, but that's usually when you have a trip set. So you want to have a 2 wide receiver here and then match up this third receiver right here to match that up. He was using basically bubble sweeps. Got myself out of position, got a very fast running back in that Kansas City running back. I think it's a 93 speed. So I set it up once again, and right here once again I want to go ahead and make sure I match up that blitzing guy right here in the 3 he should match right here, he should match right here, and my responsibility is to go ahead and take out the running back on a kind of out route and play over the middle of the field. With this, let's go ahead and see what happens with this play. He goes with the run over the other side, and I don't react to it correctly. I just kind of get stuck in the mud, and I've got to come over and actually clean this up. And as a result, he's able to go get out there, but I got a guy that actually tackles him for like a 1 yard gainer, so that's basically a dead play to him. He'll come back to that. Actually, he was using that play a lot. So now I try to change things up a little bit. I'm doing match coverage, so I've got match coverage right here. My responsibility is to match up on this guy as a third wide receiver with the hopes that these guys are going to match up if these guys go vertical. And I think what he did is I think he had an angle route. No, I actually had an outside route. So right here, he's got a crossing route over the top. He's got this guy over the top. I'm worried about these two guys coming across the middle of the field. And look at this read that he does right here. He splits the coverage with a deep post right over the top. And as a result, he makes a great play. And my defensive back was out of position, able to go and tackle him. But that was a phenomenal read by him, knowing that I jumped into cover 2. So I don't know if you could read coverages. The guy played really, really good, and then he made some boneheaded plays. So back at it again. I've got the blitz set up. I put this guy into his zone because he's got his running back on the backside. So my responsibility is to try to defend this weak area right here because I've got an out and then obviously a deep third. He goes with a run play. My guy shoots the gap and actually gets him in the end zone. It takes a 2 yard gainer. He no huddles once again. So I'm setting this defense up. I've got a spy out here with the hope that he's going to come in the middle, and then I actually trail the wide receiver, or I'm sorry, the quarterback if he tries to go to the outside. Blitz comes in. He actually hits me with a quick out. Good read. Just a good decision. Fast snap outside. There was a defender didn't fall into that zone. He's able to go and do that and get a nice complete. So what he did is essentially he would run basically to stock plays and just quick snap me. Right here, he actually gets a nice little inside tackle or inside run. He's able to fall forward right there. It gets me to a 1st and goal type of situation. I go and bunch everybody up, and I think what I did is it was a cover 2. He tries to run back inside. I don't know why he ran inside. I think he had better leverage to the outside in that. So I was just doing a Tampa 2 type situation with a blitz in the middle. I've got basically a cover 3 with hard flats. So if he goes to the outside, I'm not going to have some defenders out there. And I think he moves Tony out. I should slide that linebacker out there because he's not going to get out there in space. So he slides him back in again. Really, this play should be flipped where I have a defensive back on the outside. But you can see what I did in this is I put a guy into hook zones. So he's going to have to find areas in the back of the end zone that's going to, make it difficult for him to hit that, but I really should have this play flip. I should have the defensive back out. But look what happens. He does an outside pitch, and then I'm able to get him in a 3rd and goal situation. So he goes 3rd and goal in this type of situation. I go ahead and jump into just a cover 3. He throws right in the middle of my guy. He challenged my user a lot. You got away with a lot of ones right there, but right there I'm able to go and pop that ball out. So 4th and goal situation. He decides to go for it with a trips play, and this is one of the plays I love to use down in the red zone in these money opportunities. I use the OQ roll, a cover 2 match type coverage, and I like to have a blitzing guy off the edge because it just makes the clock move a little bit quicker for them. And basically my job is to play the 3 over the middle of the field. So I'm really concerned about this guy right here. And if this guy wants to go ahead and hit a drag underneath, I've got defenders who are going to come down and play that. So I'm not really concerned about it. I'm more worried about this guy right here in this cover 3 type coverage. And right here actually throws my defensive back. I'm going to go ahead and get a pick. Probably should have sat down on it. Could have got a little bit better yardage, but you never know. You might get a good animation and be able to run it till we go to the house. So right there, I get a stop because he doesn't really know what to do. So I'm up 16-7 with about a minute left into the 3rd quarter. This is where his offense started really humming against me. So right here, actually does like this play action route. I let this crosser away because I knew he was trying to go for that, and that route was set for a bomb. So this guy had something in his arsenal, and I took the right read away with Baker to take that away. So I'm going to come back to that again. So this is a play that he was looking at. You're also going to see this play happen a couple more times. This play action Y cross. He had his arsenal. He had his plays that he liked to run. He, he pretty much had some good, some stuff that he had in his back pocket. This guy actually manned him up right here. I should have had him manned up to the running back because really this guy's he's got two defenders that are going to be playing. So you got a seam defender, you got an outside defender, and my responsibility is to take it with a 3 wide receiver. And if he wants to do a quick out, that's going to be given to him unless I make an adjustment. So let's just go back at it again. Goes with the run play right there, but I get the pressure of the inside. And he's got nowhere to go with it. He gets rid of the ball. So 3rd and 10 situation. If I get a stop right here, I'm going to be doing pretty good. He jumps into this set, and I think this is where he huddles me a couple times. I tried to do the blitz. I've got the deep thirds because I don't want to hit. I don't want to get hit over the top. I've got blitzers coming off the edge, and my responsibility is to try to take away the running back with my defender. So right here, I'm looking to the running back. I pulled myself out because he hit me with the tight end exactly. So that was just a bad adjustment by me. And he's able to go and pick up a first down in that type of situation. So good decision, but he goes ahead and no-huddles me a couple times. I think what he was doing, he was running, he was running a whip corner. He had a corner over here, a quick out. And then he had like a seam route, and then he had an angle route. So he kept going back to that play, and I was trying to take away that corner route by the tight end. And he would, right there, you could see he actually got because I manned up his running back, that kind of froze him a little bit, and the blitzer came in. Now we jump into cover 2 with the anticipation these guys are going to match. I'm going to have a defender that's going to come down and play this quick out, and my responsibility is to play the 3. So I have to take the 3 out, and I think what happens is I pressed the tight end so he doesn't have a quick throw, and as quickly as I press, instead of coming down, I reacted slow. He already had the angle route out, and as a result, he's able to go ahead and get a nice little completion right there. So 2nd and 21, he picks up a good chunk of yards. He picked up 15 yards on that particular coverage, and that was just a bad coverage adjustment by me. Now I get myself completely out of position. He goes back to the running back route. So this guy's just spamming the same plays and just letting me, pick my poison. So he's putting me and my user in conflict with my guy. So that's, that was actually not a bad decision by him from an offensive standpoint. So back at it again. Right here, he actually tries to go and throw that. If I would have clicked down to my other defender, that could have been a huge play. I think he might have just went ahead with a streak route with the running back, anticipating me to make an adjustment. 2nd and 10 situation, going back into cover 2, and right here he actually throws underneath. I've got 2 defenders right there. He breaks a tackle. This is some lucky animations right there. So he does a little juke move. He gets the ball down there. He makes a 4-yard gainer until maybe a 24-yard gainer in that type of situation. So he gets a really good animation, good broken tackle animation. So right here, I think I'm in the cover 3. This is my responsibility. I've got these guys matched up. This is my 3 over here. My responsibility is to play this guy. And if he goes to the outside, that's fine. I've got to play the middle of the box more than anything else. And I think this is where he actually was using this play, where he was doing an auto motion over to the left. And my responsibility is to play that auto motion. So I think he goes and jumps into see auto motion. So my responsibility is to take out this running back route here. So I go ahead and jump out to it. I read it perfectly. But he has got something in his arsenal. He had a check down right here that it can hit, but he's got this crossing route that gets dumbed out by my defenders. I try to back up. He actually gets a nice little touchdown right there. So this guy's played this before. He's not ad-libbing. He was seeing things correctly. He was anticipating adjustments, so that was really good. So now I jump into basically an Okie roll defense. I switched things up a little bit just because it didn't, I felt like that cover 3 overload blitz wasn't working exactly as I want. He drops a dime on me, finds a little sweep zone. No huddles once again, basically taking us down to a 2-minute warning. I'm still up by 2 scores, 2 possessions. I think I got myself out of position here now. I'm trying to go and user my guys. I go into cover 2. My responsibility is to play the 3 right here, so I got to protect against any kind of a seam. And he basically just dots me up. I get myself out of position. He's got his fastest wide receivers right there. My half has to play this out, and I didn't get back in leverage. And as a result, he's able to go and dot me up right in the middle of the field. So really good read by him by leverage. I don't know if he gets himself caught in a position all the time, but I was completely out of position. No huddles again. Once again, I think I jumped into cover 4. He tries to run this quarterback. I get a nice little sack right there. And then what he does is actually does a really crazy play right here where he actually goes in and spikes the ball, giving himself basically another shot without burning any kind of timeout. So very unusual for someone to do this unless they're a high-level Madden player as far as understanding game strategy. So now he comes back to this bunch set, which essentially is one of his money plays. And I know that he's got this underneath route, which I've got a flat route and guy would play over the middle. He's got a crossing route, and then he's got a deep dig on the backside, and he's got a drag pulling some guys down, and he actually throws right into my defender. My defender does not catch the ball, so he gets a lucky break. Now here's a really smart Madden player. What he does in this type of situation, 4th and goal, he's down by 9 points, he settles for the 3. He takes his points. He still gives himself some fighting chance. Look, he's got 3 timeouts. He's down by 2 scores. He needs 10 points to win the game. Instead of actually going ahead and basically just, giving himself, basically putting him in a situation where he's not going to win the game at all, he goes ahead and takes 3 points with the anticipation or hope that he might get the onside kick. So that's smart Madden gameplay. That's just, someone's really intelligent. I jump into the hands team. I'm going to go ahead and make sure I've got a high percentage of people that are actually going to go ahead and catch the ball. So that's what I use for my team. He does an onside kick as I expected. And right here you could see he tries for the onside kick, and he kicks the ball off, and my guy drops the ball. He gets it back. So just a bad situation. I don't even know what my defense was right here. I think I got myself completely out of position. So I'm on the wrong user right here. He actually hits me over the top. I don't even know where this guy was at. So he actually goes ahead and takes the ball down with Kelsey, and instead of taking the ball into the end zone, he wants to milk the clock. Okay, fine, we can do that. So I jumped into spinner, and I wasn't on the right guy. I didn't set the defense up correctly, and he actually caught me out of position. So now I jump into basically a different type of coverage. I'm in a cover 9 type coverage. This is match coverage. So these guys are going to match. My responsible as a 3 is to go and take this guy away, and I've got basically quarters coverage over here. But I don't like this coverage. I want to flip this coverage. I want my quarters over here, my flat, and then I want a soft squat, a user, and then a half over here. I need to flip it. So this is what I did right before the game, right before the play. I go and I flip the play right here. You can see my guy's moving, and it actually goes ahead and throws right in the middle of my defender. I'm able to go ahead and pick that ball off. Get a good animation. I've got one of my fastest defensive backs in the field, and I'm able to go and pick 6 this guy and basically get a victory, jumping into match coverage at the very end of the gameplay and just catching him off guard. So once again, guys, thanks for your support. I'll be experimenting with this dollar defense. It's something I don't necessarily care for. I might be throwing a little match coverage into it, but thank you for your support, guys. Until next time.